week. See if you can get that one. No, Tesla. Tesla was up last week. That's sort of shocking, wasn't it? I thought it was interesting. Out of 7 stocks, that's the only one that showed an up move. But I hope everybody's doing great. You know, a couple cycles go on in the month of December. First, you have the cycle where small stocks go up, and that's been happening. The small stock sector has been rising. You have a transition out of the winners, the big winners, and you have what I would call a development where it goes into some of the losers of the year, and that's sort of the end of the month. Okay, and I thought that was good, and I think that those are the kind of things that happen, and you say to yourself, "Oh, okay, I get it." There's 3 like phases of December. Okay. And I think we're about to enter a good phase. We had rollover on Friday. Rollover means that we went from December, which the symbol was Z for futures, to March, which the symbol is H. And if you look at where we're trading on the E-mini for March right now, it's 69.02, and we opened the night at 68.90. To give you an idea, we got a little buying stepping in there tonight. So I hope everybody's great. I want to get into tonight's session. So thank you for coming. Always, I thank you for coming, and I appreciate you as somebody that puts your time and effort in here, trying to get the edge, trying to do things that will make you money. Risk involved in trading, always risk involved in trading. Remember that before you make the trades. For those that don't know who I am, I'm a former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, futures trader at heart for years, author of 3 books, Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. And I work with students. Probably the most pleasurable part of what I do is working with you and helping you avoid some of the mistakes I made. We call it the School of Hard Knocks, okay? And I had a lot of it over the years, learning what I call the art of trading. At DTI, we help you master the markets. We educate all the time. Have y'all noticed how DTI is always educating? Have you noticed that? Because we believe in it. Down to our core beliefs, we believe that you will be better at this game of trading if you keep educating yourself and being open-minded. Training, we do training all the time. Every day from 11 o'clock to 12, we do training, and we do that good. And the one thing that I think that maybe I bring to the table that helps a little bit is my experience. I've seen a lot of different type markets over the years, and it's like a video review when I see certain days. So again, thank you for being here. Now, our schedule for the week is we got 11 o'clock train and trade tomorrow at 11. And tomorrow we kick off our futures education, our Futures Plus education. People love it. I love it. We've incorporated in there the Delta approach. How many people in Futures First like my Delta approach? Just give me some feedback here. Don't you like the Delta approach where you can say straightforward how to apply the education? I love it. Tuesday, we got Connect the Dots, our granddaddy of all programs. I call it T-Buzz All-Stars. Train and trade on Tuesday. We call Tuesday Trade Day. 1:30, we live trade in front of you. One of the best things I did this year was start this at 1:30 in the afternoon. If you're a member of live trading, I'm going to find something that sets up that we can do. Wednesday, we have train and trade, 11, 1:30 T-Buzz live trading. 8 o'clock, midweek market update. 2 big times during the week, 11 o'clock and 1:30. We're there with you Thursday and Friday, 11:30 to 1:30. So we had our first this last Friday. We had our interactive get together orientation. I think it was a big success. The slides Jonathan had put together was outstanding, and I'm really looking forward to next year's product of the year, we'll call it, the interactive home study course. In my opinion, I've been posting in here for months now that the hottest ticker on the planet is silver. And if you look at silver now, I think you see why I thought that. That's my opinion. Now, there'll be some ups and downs along the way, but it was interesting, and I'll throw this out there. I read an article this weekend. I read an article that puts together a plan for silver to go to $300 an ounce. Now, that sort of shocked me when I saw that price. So $300. Also had gold up there quite high too. You might say it was a very bullish article on silver and gold. Anyway, I thought that was very interesting. You know, for years we couldn't get above 50. You know, there were 2 times in the last 50 years we got up to 50, and both times we came back down, but we busted through it this year, so this will be the year it broke out. Now, here's some key things from last week. S&P made a new high Thursday. Mag 7 was down 2%. We're up since October of 2022. We're up 84.8% from 2022. Small stocks are up in the month of December 1.23%. Commodities are down 1.8%. Money is flowing into materials and financials, up 2.5%. And last week alone, silver was up 5.9%. Energy has been down 4% for the month of December. Tesla was up last week, not a big up, but it was up. And NVIDIA, the star of stars, was down 4.1% last week. Avco was down 7%. That was key things that are takeaways from last week's market. Any questions about that slide right there? That's sort of, if you've been out or whatever, that was the core takeaway from what happened last week. Pretty interesting, right? Robin, the Mag 7, write the name down. It's what they refer to as stocks such as Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, big companies that have made up the majority of the gain, okay? Seven Sisters come into the week. E-mini's up 16%, NASDAQ's up almost 20, Dow's up 14, DAX is up 21, gold is up 64%, and crude shouldn't surprise you. I've been telling you all year that crude was negative, down 19.72%. I think the ultimate target would be $45 a barrel. Bonds, slightly up. I still have a yearly pivot at 115, and this sets up a unique opportunity. How many people are in the anchor trade approach? Who's in the anchor trade? Boy, that thing keeps paying, doesn't it? The anchor trade. If you watch the master class on anchor, you will find out that you can trade that about every other day. It's pretty good with the master class. I like it. Here's my 10 tickers for the week. Newmont Mining above 102.55, sign me up. SLV above 58.55, I'm going to buy more. I'm currently long. PAAS go above 52.55, I will buy more. Walmart last week made a high. If it goes above 117.55, I will be getting long. J&J, somebody asked about healthcare. It goes above 212.50. TQQ above 57.55. Tesla above 465.55. I'll get long. I put SPX here because this is the number for the SPX for the week, 69.11. And XBI back in play this week. We've made a lot of money off that one, 125.55. Any questions about my 10 tickers for the week? People that know and follow this know that 4 or 5 of these will pay for your week. What I would encourage you to do, write these numbers down, go to your trading system and set alerts at these numbers I give you. Everybody understand what I'm saying there, right? As Polly says, he loves the 10 tickers on Sunday night. But set alerts at these numbers. Don't let him go up and at the end of the week or Thursday, I go, hey, anybody buy Namont 102.55? You use options on it, headed to 110. Pretty good week if it gets above it. Probabilities for the week are strong Monday and Tuesday, weak Wednesday, strong again Thursday, and really finish out the week Friday. Maybe we'll get a new high on Friday, the way that's set up with that spoke, okay? Pretty good stuff. Key economic news this week. What do we got? Tuesday, you got our average hourly earnings, retail sales, unemployment, all that comes out on Tuesday. Services, crude oil inventories on Wednesday. CPI, Thursday, existing home sales, and PC. A lot of good stuff coming out this week. Now, a lot of you have heard me talk about Anchor. This is a unique trade that's a diversification, if you think about it, a diversification from what you do. Meaning, regardless of the trend of the week, this is taking the bond market and taking advantage of what I would call a great setup with limited risk and big payouts. This thing will average about 5 trades a month, but if you use what I taught you on the masterclass, that multiplies by at least 3 by using the masterclass technique. Now, we show that our outcome is about 80% of the time. I like that. $458, you put up $2,500. And the nice thing about it, even though you put up $2,500 to play it, okay, typically, even when you're wrong, it only loses a couple hundred because of the techniques we develop. That's what I like about this trade. I'll be doing this trade tomorrow, matter of fact. And I don't think the time for this could be any better than what's going on right now as we make the transition from December to March. You've seen all the headlines, but here's a way for you to have a grind trade. Does everybody understand the term grind trade? What I mean by that? If you do this and you put up $2,500 a pop, you should average about 2 a week using the techniques with the master class. Those are advanced, but they're not that advanced. Just tell you the numbers to use outside the window. You know, Americans are struggling, been sticky high since the 4 years of 20+% inflation. Even though inflation's coming down, they're still sticking up high. probably never will go back below where we started 4 years ago because they're up here now. When inflation grips the country, they just don't come back down when inflation slows. I always think about the hamburger, the Big Mac in the 80s, about 65 cents. Anybody bought a Big Mac lately? You look at about $6.95, jumping ahead from the 90s. It's $1.60 in the 90s. It just kept growing, right? Still a pretty good burger, isn't it? Unfortunately, that's just how inflation works in the real world. The new normal takes over. Wages are up, everything's up, which means Americans still need more cash flow to cover the highest cost of living, even under the best of circumstances. But here's the thing. Most income methods are still dependent on the overall stock market, not with the anchor. When the S&P is grinding higher, they perform well. When it's shaky or in bear market, that income will dry up, not with anchor. And what's good is extra income for tough times when it doesn't actually work into tough times. The new method doesn't rely on the S&P or the overall stock market. It's actually much bigger than that. It's the bond market. We did a education last week on fixed income. Did y'all watch that? Take 2022, for example. In the midst of a total meltdown in the broad market from March to June, it happened. We were short, I remember. On February 24th, we had a stability trigger filled with a 23% opportunity on the anchor trade. Despite all the chaos going on elsewhere, you could play out with this ticker. The ticker's TLT. It doesn't move a lot, but it has 3 expiration dates a week. And in April, as the slide continues, the study shows another opportunity with a trigger, ignoring the chaos in the rest of the world, but this is a consistent grind trade, stable opportunity. Paid out 21.9% income, $587 on that $2,500 bet. Now, while most income methods hit a brick wall during this period of time, in a bear market, TLT does not. Anchor trades would continue to plug along with a 76% win rate, positive expectancy throughout the year. Now think about that. Since 2022 to 2025, the trades got better. Because anyone can activate this trade from any broker in a matter of a few clicks. As our automated, since we automated it, it fires off the opportunity between the hours of 12 and 1. Doesn't matter if you have a large account targeting 10,000 extra income per week, or if you start with $500, you can play this because $100 or more is the minimum cost to get in to a $58 trillion asset. All you need is a brokerage account, access to the private Anchor Trades Telegram channel. We have a channel in there. We always are posting updates. Brand new way to target extra income. While everybody else is looking that way, we're looking over here and fattening our nest. Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job or go all in on the next opportunity. Have level bets. It's meant as a simple way to add extra income when opportunity triggers. In other words, unless you got a 7-figure account, this isn't meant to replace your income overnight. But I don't know about you, having a stable source of income on average is a good way to grow your assets, even though there's bound to be winners and losers. Now, we can't promise any future results, but this is incredibly hard to maximize the wins and limit the losses. Right inside that $58 trillion US bond market. Now, the bond market itself has a lot of interesting benefits. Some we get into a few minutes, but here's the big one most people have no idea. Actually, before I tell you, let me ask everyone a question. What is the proper price of the S&P 500? What is its true value? Somebody said, hey, how much is that S&P worth? How would you answer? Let me know. Tell me what you think the S&P's worth. Type it in here. Play along. This is an important point we're trying to make. A lot of great answers, but the real answer is where supply meets demand. That's the price, the balancing of that. Now, bond price is just what people feel like it should be. They're mathematically, financially calculated. They have an objective pricing formula that all bonds work off of. And they can be either right or wrong relative to price bonds are trading in real time. There's the formula if you want to use it. Nobody uses that, not unless you stopped in some back room somewhere. You don't have to get in the weeds to do all that. You just have to understand bonds are unique in that way. You can project the price by calculation. That's why one of the deepest research papers ever constructed from 2014 Journal of Financial Markets makes a stunning conclusion. Empirical evidence strongly suggests that corporate bond market returns are predictable. In other words, stability is in the bond market. That's why you hear people say, you ought to be diversified to bonds. Anybody ever heard that? Pretty cool. Now, knowing that fact is a way to capitalize it. We do it now by running a study on our Genesis bars. You know about Genesis. Assets most stable under certain conditions for the purpose of generating income from those assets. That's when data revealed something that shouldn't have shocked us, but it did. The SPY delivered 51.22% win rate during that time period. QQQ delivered a 48.78% win rate. IWM, 47.3% win rate. Gold, 52.94%. All the key commodities, USO, 56.76%. That's crude oil. But TLT delivered at 80.77%. It's a grinding trade, folks. It's a grinding trade. If you take a few minutes and watch the master class we put together, it opens up a whole world of opportunity for you. Understanding a few numbers, you know what to look for, when to look for it, and how to play it when you see it. And that's the moment we realized we could skim cash flow with built-in advantage using $58 trillion mega asset. In fact, Jonathan presented these 80% accurate findings. We had him dive deeper and cover nearly 10x the time span under the same conditions. And the results for TLT barely budged, going from 80.7% to 80.3%, even as the data itself completely changed. That proved, in my opinion, beyond a doubt, there was some real magic in this trading opportunity. Everybody here ought to be doing it. What we're doing is using that stability to place a special type trade. It has the power to pay out nearly 5x the annual amount that TLT pays in one day. Overnight. Put it in, get out the next day. Let me show you what I mean. On November 11, we got a full go in TLT as it met all our stabilization requirements. Notice it tells you the opportunity was bullish on this day. It gives you the numbers. It tells you the trade to do. Direction. All the market checkpoints were hit. And it tells you your desired threshold to validate the trade. All factors aligned at 12:38. Automated system fired off the exact trade details in the private Telegram channel with step-by-step instructions. Can't get easier than that, folks. It does the work for you. And from there, we just wait for TLT to remain relatively stable to collect the income in less than 24 hours. That's the way it looks. As long as it's in the green zone, you make money. Remember, it's about $58 trillion in the market, very stable, regardless of what's going on in the market. It's unique, it's massive, and it gives you diversification off your regular schedule. Let me get you involved with the anchor, place the trade through the private channel, get your invitation, get in there tonight, let's trade it tomorrow. and I've considered keeping anchor trades available on our exclusive members. Analyze the data, we opened it up. Let me tell you why. Number one, anchor trades are designed to work in all different types of market conditions. Market goes up, works. Market goes down, works. Market spins, it works. Anchor trades have incredibly consistent with historical accuracy of nearly 80%. You know that going in. Number three, anchor trades keep losses mitigated. Even when you lose, it's not the full boat of loss. That's the beautiful thing about this. And your risk on reward is outstanding because of that. Number four, easy to follow, easy for somebody new. It's the easiest way I know to be involved in the bond market without getting lost in the weeds. Anchor trades are small account friendly. You don't need a lot of money to do this trade. Average trade costs you about $82 per contract. That's why we invite you to become a founding member tonight. Only service I know of completely dedicated to doing it. Whether you have high inflation, low inflation, or any political changes, it still works. 5 years of data produce this account. Small account friendly, average 458 on that 2,500 investment, and 80% successful. You can't get a better setup than that. You can look all over. And the best part is we made the alerts incredibly easy to follow through the real-time automated Anchor Trades private channel. Our custom algorithm scans TLT 24/7, looking for a setup for the anchor. It's pulling a whole lot of data in, including to find the proper net asset value along with our proprietary reference bottoms. Very simple. Every day at 12:05, you get a heads up. This is where every day you get this and you take this from the actual anchor trade to the master trade that I taught you. We call this the heads up because it lets you know where we stand, what option is in play, and what to do. It gives you the details right there in the lower left-hand column. You know which option to do, how to do it, and when the numbers go, you go. Tells you where to begin to trigger, simple to read, tells you where you're wrong, price TLD break above for a bullish one to trigger on that day, and it tells you how to trade. It's triggered the next hour or so prepared. Perfect. And when we get a trade, it's even simpler. It spits it out automatically, posted in the Telegram in real time with exact trade details. It includes the option strikes, what the expiration date is, the current price it's at, and your return on investment potential. You know everything up front. Follow the step-by-step trade instructions, set up your own anchor income opportunity. Again, everybody here that wants to make money in a diversified way, this is the program for you. I'm sure you can make anchor trades a full premium service that costs as much as we want to charge for it. We didn't do that with this, especially when you count for the tens of thousands of dollars we spent just making the computing power work. Total of $69,507 to keep this thing running. It's that value. But don't worry, you don't have to pay that as part of our group. You set it up and target that $460 in less than 48 hours. Now, nobody can predict the future. We can't guarantee that, or this next opportunity will happen tomorrow, but I'll be there looking during that time period. If it's a simple direct trade, we take it. If it's a trade that I taught outside that time zone, I'll take it also. Our historic shows us as long as the 58 trillion bond markets doesn't go off the rails, you expect $460 to hit your account within 48 hours. You know what to look for. Once you do this trade, you see exactly how simple and straightforward it is. So the anchor trades, this is what we did to get people involved. We said $460 per year. That's one trade at $2,500 going your way. Our first load gives you a chance to pay off the whole year, but let me be clear. I don't know how long that price will last. We've said that. We're not guaranteeing that price. We got a limited number of spots, first come, first serve. if you want to make sure you don't miss the opportunity, tonight's the night you better join. Be the best 468 bucks you spend putting money in your pocket. Inside the members area, inside the report title, we have a 30X trade we're working. That's a trade, a long-term trade. We're working on this. Pretty neat. Costs you about 15 bucks. $15. That's the kind of trade I like. Now, of course, for that moonshot trade, the conditions exist that make it achievable, and just one tiny contract will pay for your total price if we hit it on the moonshot. That's what I'm hoping for with outside trade opportunity. Just make sure you have the spare cash to make that bonus. If you want to, you get an instant $15 rebate off the Anchor Trade membership. Charge you $445 for your entire year. That's right, $445. Go to dtitrader.com/anchor. Call it up, get a member, watch the master class, get into the Telegram channel. If you have any questions, call our team at 904-706-3532. As soon as you lock in your membership, you log into our one-click trading portal, and you'll see how to join the trade step by step in a few clicks. From there, you get every alert in real time to your phone or computer. If you're not used Telegram before, it's easy to join. We have a short guide to members area to walk you through the setup. Very simple. If you don't have it on your phone already. And if you paid attention today, you know this is just another trade setup. I'm sure keep those secrets behind closed doors and charge another $9.97 for access to the strategy itself. But founding members will get all the details inside the Anchor Trade Strategy Guide. Step-by-step guide explaining the whole thing. And it's included free inside your Anchor Trades founding membership. Get the 30X trade, get the private access to the private Telegram channel, and you get the strategy guide with it. If you're new to options, we got you completely covered there. Inside your members area, you'll find a step-by-step video on how to place these income trades. I teach it, so I know it's simple. And if you want to dive a bit deeper into the bond market so you have an even better understanding, we include a class that Jeff had done for $297 at no extra charge. We want you to understand. The live master class tomorrow at 12:30. Claim your Anchor Trades founding membership for just $445 now. And that's it, folks. That's it. Get involved. Any questions about it? I'm averaging about 3 of these a week using my advanced techniques. And I think that's what you got to do is go through the master class I've done. You'll get access to that as early as 12:30 tomorrow. Any questions? Yeah, I'll do another class, master class too, Jennifer. Let's do it at the end of the week. That way you'll have questions for the new people that join tonight. They can write out their questions. We can answer those at the end of the week, okay? Let's do that at the end of the week. I'll be glad to do another one. I've learned how to even make more trades with this sucker. We'll talk about that. Folks, you got an opportunity at that low $445 to be a member. Don't pass it up. David will have him re-entered tomorrow. Check and make sure you go through it, get signed in. The main thing you want to get in tonight is the Telegram channel with your invite, okay? We'll get you there.
I was going to say, Tom, it definitely should still be there, David. So I would definitely send in an email to support@dtitrader.com.
Yeah, and we'll follow up tomorrow to make sure.
But Tom, we also have people asking about, is there a way you can do a credit spread for this?
Yeah, I'll cover that at the next master class.
Okay. I know a lot of people like credit spreads.
I do both, actually. Folks, just think about it. Here's where you're going. You're going down the highway, right? Ding, ding, and all of a sudden, you got this trade set up. It'll probably, on the basic, it gives you a number. That number is important. It also gives you the option that you already used if it sets up in the next 30 minutes. But if it doesn't set up, guess what? Guess what happened? You take my advanced technique, still set it up once it breaks one price. And they give you the price. I'll show you where to zero in on that. Fred will do it next Thursday. I'll do the master class next Thursday at 12:30. Put it on your schedule. Master class, 12:30, Thursday. John, Adam, make sure you remind me I said I'd do that, okay? Folks, get part of what we're doing. Be like Fred and other people that are taking advantage of what we're doing. We are really, really laying it out there for you. And if you have this as an area of diversification, you're going to be great. Yeah, would you like me? Let me give you about 7 minutes, and I'll give you some numbers on silver and gold. Would you like me to do that in about 10 minutes after everybody has a chance to join? Y'all hang around. I'll get out my paperwork, okay? Right here. Now, 10 minutes. I'm gonna look at the clock. It's 8:40 right now. I give everybody a chance to join Anchor, and I'm about to tell you something that's gonna blow your mind. I got prices out to 2035. And if people, we're generally long silver, right? People that follow me. Everybody here long silver already? Yeah, silver's popping tonight. Let's see if it holds up. The Anchor, yes. Matter of fact, don't you like the way this thing works? I do. It's simple, it's straightforward. Hey, Carrie, review that fixed income. We need to talk tomorrow because I do think you need to start laying that out, okay? Yeah, review that for sure. We did last week. Adam, make sure those people that do get in tonight get in that Telegram channel because I don't want them to miss it. I think it's setting up pretty good looking at the numbers right now for tomorrow for Anchor.
Yep, they get an email as soon as they sign up with the.
They get an automatic email once they sign up. Gotcha.
Right.
I'm not sure if Kelly's here or not. Is Kelly here?
Yeah, no, she's not here tonight. She's with
Scott, put your
family.
name and email in there, and
God,
Adam will
I
get
can
her
just
notified you need to talk to her.